Coming up tonight on This Week in Carrington Sports, Kyle Smith and Cardinal Volleyball with their season on the line travel to Rugby to take on the Panthers. How would it play out Friday night in the final road game of the regular season? We've got the highlights. Plus, Carrington Volleyball with a very busy week at home, first hosting the Bottineau Stars and then hosting the Carrington Invite. How could the third-ranked team in the state fare this week? Plus, Carrington Cross Country Regionals in Cooperstown. How did Coach Kerbaugh and Coach Hogarth's teams do as they prepare for state in 2 weeks in Jamestown? All of that and more coming up tonight on This Week in Carrington Sports.
With fall just around the corner, that means it's Chevy Truck Month at Bassett Motors. Hi, it's Frank, and this month Chevy has huge rebates or low interest rates on new Silverados. Top that with huge dealer discounts, and you're sure to find a deal that works for you. Stop in today or call us at 701-652-2955 to schedule a test drive. View all our inventory at BassettMotors.com. Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends.
After winning the Deluxe Burlington Laker Invitational, a long stretch of home volleyball for Caden Maring and company, and it began on Tuesday night with a sweep of the Bottineau Stars.
Down the middle it comes with a kill attempt by Allard that is dug out by Peltier, and Hornet looks for Coleman, and she gets the kill. Harper's first. Checking in to serve Riley Brennan, it's towards Peltier, and Hornet looks for Coots, and she hits it through the block, 3-2. Towards Coots, who floats it over one-handed. It's saved and then returned back to Peltier. And Hornet wants Sophie Spitzer, and she puts an end to that point. 5-3 Cardinals. A high set down the middle and a deflected kick. Saved by Mara Johnson and returned by Aniston Hornet as far as Warrison, who now wants to attack. And that's to Hewitt. Hornet with a dump set. How about that point for Carrington? They lead 15-7. Again, Allard can attack. Back row Johnson. It's Hornet for Coleman, and that got returned.
Wow, that's a good dig.
That's not going to be returned.
No.
That is Mara Coots, and it's 17-8 Carrington. Serving 11-19. Back row Peltier. It's Hornet for Johnson. Wow. That was powerful, 20-11. Coleman with a floated serve, and it's an ace to win the set. There's a good serve that gets returned, and Hornet finds Johnson down the line. Moen digs it out, and that's not being returned. On the left side, a big swing popped up by Coleman, saved by Peltier and dumped over by Coots. It's Moen. Down the middle is Simpson. Here's Allard block.
Oh, my.
Mara Coots with authority. If you can ever hit a block with authority, that was it.
You are not wrong there. That was, oof.
8-3 and a good serve by Journey Peltier. That's popped over towards Aniston Hornet. Peltier. Johnson. A good kill attempt. Goes left side to Hyatt. Dug out by Johnson, who can now attack. And it's tipped. It's a kill, 9-3. Another good serve. Hornet to Hewitt. That gets dug out, saved, but it comes to Hewitt. Look out.
Good.
Look out. 13-3. Whoa. And then returned to Peltier. It's Hornet with a dump set. Wow, great play by Moen to keep it alive, and it's returned to Hendrickson. Hornet looking for Coleman, and she's got the kill, 21-9. A line drive, pretty good serve. Hyatt towards the middle and dumped over towards Peltier. Now Hornet with a dump set.
Ooh.
On it goes to Handeland and down the middle. Save made. Hornet, Johnson, set over. 25-11 times 2. Brennan comes to the net and is sent back to Peltier. Now Hornet looking for Coots. That gets dug out. On the left side, it's Hyatt. Floated over to Johnson. Hornet looking for Coleman. And she's got the kill, her sixth. Allard off the tape. Here's Hornet looking for Spitzer, and she hits it through the block. 7-5 Cards. A high set down the middle for Allard to get stuffed by Coots. 6 in a row. Left-handed, good serve, nearly a carry. Popped back by Allard to Coleman. It's Hornet looking for Johnson. That got blocked too far. Johnson gets the kill. It's an 8-0 run. Allard left side, through the middle, floated over towards Hornet. Now Peltier looks for Mara Johnson, and she's got the kill. 13-6, and it's 11 of the last 12 to Carrington. Peltier line drives one to Allard. A high set, right side, and Peltier can dig that out. Now Coleman looks for Hewitt. That gets returned near the net. On the left side, it's Hyatt. Sliding dig, nice. Coleman, Johnson, and she's got the kill, and it's a sweep. Sophie, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
And you have gotten more and more playing time throughout the season, and it looks like you're gaining in confidence too. What's it like being out there?
I think it's a lot of fun, and just having my teammates there for me makes it just really fun.
Coach talked about how fun this weekend was for your team, not just playing, but getting to bond. What was the weekend like from a player's perspective?
It was so fun. We got to face a lot of good competition, and just being with my team, even not playing, we had a lot of fun getting closer to each other.
So you guys get this win. What was that match like? It looked like you guys had a really good intensity about you.
Yeah, it was really fun, especially seeing our B squad and bench get to play. I thought it was just a really good game.
It really was. Now you guys have a very busy Saturday. Is the trophy crate the trophy case getting a little full with all these tournament trophies?
Yeah, but I think there's room for more.
There's room for more. That's exactly the answer we were going for. Sophie, congratulations.
Thank you.
After the win over Bottineau, Carrington hosting the Cardinal Invite on Saturday, and it began with pool play.
Cardinals play it right back over, now pushed over by Schwab, back to the Cardinals. They'll get it up on Callie Hewitt. Playing it up the field for Callie Hewitt, her fifth, and that will take care of set one. Cardinals win it 25-16, the final in the opening set. It's set in the match. Good serve. Broncos get it, and now we knock over far side. That's going to go wide, and that'll be a hit in the air to end of Cardinals state set number 2, 25-14, and they sweep the Broncos here in the opening match of pool play.
And that'll be played back over by the Skyhawks. Quick set up front for Callie Hewitt, and she'll get the kill for Callie Hewitt. And that's going to end the first set, 25-14. Callie Hewitt will pick up her fifth, and the Cardinals cruise 25-14 here in the opening set.
And a short serve that time by Peltier at the net. Now back to the Skyhawks. They'll push it over Peltier. Match point for the Cardinals. Up front, kill, good up front for Callie Hewitt. And the Cardinals will win set 2, 25-15. She'll go near side. Johnson will pass it. No, they did not even get it over. And Johnson will be awarded a cheap kill right there. And Carrington will take the opening set, 25-13 over Delax Burlington. And Warner will push it over in the third touch. Hornet will set this one up front for Callie Hewitt. And that is going to do it as Callie Hewitt will get her fifth kill of the match, and the Cardinals cruise 25-13 as they win both sets by identical scores of 25-13 and 25-13 on your bank forward scoreboard. Goes back row. Stahl will pass it to Herringer, and she'll set it for Hammerin, who tips it over. Played by the Cardinals. Up front it'll go, and a cross-court kill shot is good for Callie Hewitt, her third, and that'll do it for set one. So 5 in a row scored on match point here for the Cardinals. Schlag to serve. It'll float over. And now the Cardinals will get it to Johnson and off the block, and away it goes, and that'll do it as Johnson gets her 10th kill of the set, and the Cardinals will win it 25-11. And in straight sets, the Cardinals will advance to the semifinals. Blocked right back at Mara Coots. Cardinals back with it. They'll dump it over on a free ball. Squirrels back with it. Boy, they scrambled there, and now they have to dump it over on their own free ball. Peltier will get it to Hornet. She'll send it across the floor, and that's blocked off the hit from Johnson, but it's played right back now to the Squirrels, and that will be pushed to the back row, and a good push And I believe, I got to make sure I get the number right. I think that was number 5 on the push kill. That was Emily Brodner, first kill. And serving for the Squirrels is Isabel Thompson. This will be played by Hendrickson. Pass will go to Hornet. She'll set it for Callie Hewitt. Off the net cord, played by Bussey. And now the set will go on the outside. That one behind the antenna, and that'll be it. Carrington will win it. Set number 2 on a hitting error, 25-16. Callie Hewitt serving back row. 15-10, and that is going to go wide, and the Cardinals are going to win it 15-8, the final, as the Cardinals will come back after trailing 1-0, and they're going to win it 15-8 here in the final set, and the other one was, I believe, 15-10. So Carrington will take on South Prairie. That a match high with her teammate Abby Mickelson, and Mickelson's at the service line. It is match or set point at 24-18. And Cardinals will get it up front. It's going to be returned right back over, and then Hornet plays it right back to the Royals up front. Tipped over, and a good tip kill by Hattie here, her 4th, and South Prairie Max will take the opening set. Trying to knot it up at 1 set apiece. It'll float over. Played up front, and the Cardinals are going to block it. What are they going to call? No, they're going to say it's a Cardinal point, and it's 25-23, and we're going to go to a third set. Carrington and South Prairie tied up at 1 set apiece. So force extra points, and that's going to be a short serve service error, and that will do it as South Prairie Max will win the championship match 15-11.
Perhaps the biggest match of the season, Tuesday night here inside the East Gym as Carrington hosts number 1 ranked Thompson. The winner will have the inside track to the number 1 seed in a first round bye in the Region 2A tournament. Coverage begins Tuesday at 6:45 on KDAK The Cardinal on radio and on the KDAK The Cardinal YouTube channel.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience. We know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Give Bickett Insurance a call today.
Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency. Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency.
Here with junior Kaylee Coleman for Carrington Volleyball. Now you're a part of the varsity, you're an upperclassman. What's all of this like for you?
I'm really excited to finally be part of the varsity. I did stats for varsity just to be a part of the team and get to go with places. But I'm really excited to actually get to sit on the bench and play with the girls.
What sort of changed to where you wanted to play, or have you always wanted to and just kind of waited your turn?
I've really always wanted to play, and I just kind of had to wait my turn. There's a lot of girls that play my position, so I had to work my way up there and follow the ones in front of me.
So what do you make of the team so far? I mean, you girls are pretty close.
Yeah, I played with these girls my whole life, like jail, volleyball, everywhere, and we've always been, like, great to each other.
Do you have any game day rituals that you like?
I like to sit with my eyes closed and imagine myself playing good, so then I, I know what I'm doing.
That's a big thing. You've got to visualize it before you can do it. What are some of your goals individually as a first-year player and now also as a team?
I would like to get a little bit of playing time probably on varsity if I could with the other 2 people that are also in my position up there. And as a team, it would be amazing if we could make it to state with the region that we have this year. I feel like we could definitely do it.
And that is Kaylee Coleman.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hui.
Kyle Smith and Cardinal football on the road one final time in the regular season at the Rugby Panthers, knowing that it was win or be eliminated from playoff contention.
And shotgun twins left. Whitman rolls left. Now he squares. Now he stops. Now he takes off. He shuffles it forward as he's being tackled to Wolski. Touchdown.
Wolski for the Cardinal touchdown.
Shades of Josh Bickett with that one. Max Whitman with the touchdown pass. His 5th of the year and the first receiving touchdown of the year for Wolski. Cardinals strike first. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun for keeper Fritz on 3rd down and long. He takes the snap, looks to throw. Steps up, Fritz hits, sack, Codiano back at the 35. A 7-yard loss. 2 receivers to the wide side right, including Maddox McAloney way out to the right. A tight end and a wingback to the right. Now they shift to the left with Zink on the right hip of Whitman, who calls for the snap and has it. Max wants to throw, wants to screen. It's over to Zink across the 20 with room at the 30. There goes Zink down the left sideline at the 50. They're not going to get McCade Zink a 3rd down touchdown. 81 yards and the Cardinals lead 13-0. Man in motion, crisscross handoff. It's Wolski with room inside the 40, inside the 30 to the 20. Wolski's gone. Touchdown, Carrington. 60 yards, Tate Wolski. First down, handoff. And into the end zone is Zink. Touchdown, Cardinals. 50 seconds left in the 3rd, and McCade Zink's got the touchdown. And the doors are being blown off it here in Rugby. It's 26-8. And it is a handoff. And it is Harrington inside the 40. Look out! Peyton at the 20. He is gone. Peyton Harrington. Touchdown, Cardinals. 48 yards. Tate, you have probably the strangest statistical game that I have ever seen. I got to be honest with you. You had for the game, I'll give you that first. You had for the game 108 yards rushing. 103 of which came on 4 carries in the 3rd quarter. How about that?
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Did you not realize that?
I did not actually. You just put your head down and you hope for the best, honestly. And that's what I did for my team. I just gave them my all.
Take us through the 60-yarder, because all of us up here were talking. That has to be the longest run of Tate's career. There's no way you had a longer one.
Yeah, that is probably the longest run of my career. And yeah, kudos to the Hogs for opening that hole, and kudos to Gabe Clifton for blocking that outside linebacker. And it was off to the races after that.
Is that a game you like? You didn't throw a single pass after halftime. I mean, as a running back, you got to like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a running back and as an offensive lineman, you got to tip your hat to the offensive lineman, because that is when their time is to shine, and they like it when we run the football, because that's when they can win the battle in the trenches.
Defensively, you were pretty good, too, tonight. I don't keep up with defensive stats, but here's what I'll say. You had a bunch of tackles.
Well, honestly, it's honestly, like I said, just read and react. And last week, I'll be the first to admit it, and I like admitting to my wrongs, but I was kind of guessing a little bit last week, and this week I felt like I was a little bit more prepared, and it was a great game.
I'm sure you're aware of what's happened elsewhere.
Yeah,
so,
I have.
Tell me what Thursday's going to be like. You seniors have played together for a really long time, and now you get one last rodeo with them.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, and I know Thompson isn't a slacking team, and it's gonna be a tough one, and I hope the guys are ready for one last showdown.
Well, Tate, thanks for doing this. Congratulations on the strangest quarter and one of the strangest box scores I've ever seen.
Thanks, BJ. Appreciate it.
Coach, congratulations on on the win. That was more like it. You didn't throw a pass after halftime. You threw 8 for the whole game. That was what you like to do right there.
That's right. That's what these kids are built for, and kind of what we started the season thinking we do. And I tell you what, that rugby is they're a scrappy team. I had a coach, Coach Kravachka, last week at Langdon. We were talking about rugby. They're probably the most improved team in the league, and no slouch. And so the kids came out with a fast start, which we needed, and they carried that through. The third quarter was huge, obviously, and I think we wore them down. They looked really tired in the third quarter, and we didn't. And a tribute to our kids, their conditioning and their grit and their wanting to win. So great effort.
That could have gone a different way because you had 2 consecutive possessions where you fumbled the ball, and the key play in this thing was forcing the fumble right back. That was such a big play. It totally turned things.
Yeah, huge, and you could just feel momentum switch back to our side, and it was a little nerve-wracking because we turned over the ball in negative territory, and they had a little momentum, and their offense was moving the ball at times, and their quarterback's a dangerous kid, that big lefty, and threw some nice balls tonight, but our kids came through and they needed to. Probably one of the better 4-quarter games we played all year. This really looked good for 4 quarters, so.
I know how good Langdon is, but you guys weren't thrilled with the success they had on the ground last week. Tonight you give up about 50 yards tonight on the ground. That was really good, and your defensive line was just, we talked about it in pregame. This was kind of their opportunity. Boy, they shined.
Boy, did they ever. Alec and Cody just had great games again. He had a couple sacks each, I think, again. And Jacob Heinrichs had a couple big plays at third and inches play, and he sacked him for a 2-yard loss. And just a great team effort. And I heard Tate say he was a lot more prepared this week, and boy, was he on fire. He knew where plays were going as the ball was snapped. And so a tribute to him for putting in the time and leading the defense again.
So take us through what this next week looks like preparation-wise. Not only is it the last rodeo for these seniors, and they now know that, but it's also a short week. And, I mean, after a physical game like this, you do need a little time to recover.
Yeah, and Monday the JV goes to Fargo Davie, so it'll be a light day for us. Tuesday back to business. It's a short week, but it's a short week for Thompson too. And I'm excited for the chance to beat. To play Thompson, you look at scores, comparable scores. Everything is on paper. It's a really even matchup. So we'll see who comes out ready to play, and I hope we send the boys out on a winning note. I graduated 40 years ago from Carrington. I can remember my last game at Cardinal Stadium like it was yesterday. So
tell us about it real quick.
I tell you what, we played Park River. They were 4th and goal at the 3-yard line, and it was 18-16.
Ooh.
So. We had the lead by 2. They had 4th and goal. They ran the ball. Our end fired and hit the guy for a 3-yard loss, and we won. And to tell you, it was like we won the state championship. But, those are the kind of memories that I hope we can make next week for our kids.
Well, Coach, we will see you next week. Thanks for doing this.
Appreciate it. Thanks, BJ.
The Cardinals wrap up the 2025 season Thursday, back here at home at Cardinal Stadium, hosting the Thompson Tommies. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. on KDAK The Cardinal and the KDAK The Cardinal YouTube channel with the Full 9 Yards podcast.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
radiology,
love, acute care, clinic.
Here with senior offensive and defensive lineman Connor Gast, and this is your second year back playing football. What was last year like making the big return?
It was great. Learned a lot from the seniors and upperclassmen. It was really great to be back.
So now you are a senior, you are an upperclassman, which means naturally there's a leadership role that you take on. What does leadership mean to you?
Just kind of teaching what I know to some of the younger guys and making sure they know their responsibilities.
What is it like to be a part of this group? You guys are very tight, the offensive and defensive line. You're very tight. You pretty much know what each other is going to do. How much easier does that make the game?
Oh, it makes it so much easier. Communication is very big. You got to know where the other guys are going so you know who to get.
What is on Connor's pregame playlist as he's warming up?
A lot of country.
A lot of country. Have any favorite songs like go to?
Not necessarily, no.
What about game day food? What gets you ready to go food-wise?
Probably some mac and cheese.
Homemade?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that sounds so good right now. So what are your goals for the team and for yourself in this your senior year?
For myself, it's just, contribute to the team. And then for the team, I think making a playoff game and maybe winning one.
And that is senior Connor Gast.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Headlocks, Carrington, North Dakota.
Cardinal Cross Country took part in the regional meet in Cooperstown on a windy day on Saturday, and the Cardinal girls had 5 in the top 100, while the boys had all 5 state qualifiers run as well. The boys were paced by Chase Stedman, who ran a 19:46.7, while Henry Pavelko recorded a 20:54.7. For the Cardinal girls, a top 30 finish for Macy Fieberger with a 21:49.9. Jaden Lura finished in the top 50 with a 22:30.6. Grace English had a 22:36.6. And Kari Coleman was a 23:49.6, while Joey Helseth ran 24:31.4. Next on the docket, the season finale, the state meet at Jamestown Country Club on October 24th. And on next week's edition of the program, we'll get a preview of it with Coach Hogarth.
When you work with your local Pioneer team, you gain hardworking partners who strive to know your every acre. Doug Retzlaff is your local Pioneer Seed sales representative in Carrington. Call Doug at Retzlaff Seed and Supply LLC. He will do the best to match the right product on the right acre and supply you with unparalleled choices of Pioneer Seed products treated with Lumigen brand seed treatment to protect your investment. Doug and his team also carry a complete lineup of livestock feed and minerals. Retzlaff Seed and Supply LLC in Carrington, near the roundabout.
It's not a terribly busy week, but there are big games this week. First, a top 3 showdown Tuesday night in the East Gym as the Carrington Volleyball team takes on top-ranked Thompson. 6:45 airtime on KDAK, the Cardinal on radio, and on the KDAK, the Cardinal YouTube channel. And then Thursday night, the regular season concludes for Carrington football as they take on the Thompson Tommies. Note the start time, 5 p.m. for the Full 9 Yards podcast on radio and right here on YouTube. And we will have recaps of all of that and a preview of state cross country on the next edition of This Week in Carrington Sports.